part of this yesterday when I got the board packet and stuff.
Both board presidents have been notified at the time of the incident.
It's a little bit hard for me to swallow as somebody of the murder and somebody that used bad judgment.
I'm difficult with it.
This is how things like this happen. And I know you're considering this job. I'm considering all the rest of that.
But I still think that we need to let our administrators make the decision. If we think they made the wrong decision, then I think it's our job to confront them and find out why they made that decision. I guess Barb's asking us is, do we want to make the decision in these cases on whether to expel students or not? Is that what you're asking us, Barb? I don't think I want to
I'm
make that.
asking you if with the information you have, that you believe you should make the decision about whether a student should be expelled or not.
I don't want this set as a precedent.
The administrator cannot expel a student. The administrator recommends to the board that the student be expelled.
And see, the board policy states, and we both have the same board policy, is that they should be expelled not less than 1 year. That's what the board policy says. It also says the superintendent can make a recommendation that the expulsion thing be modified. I think that we are, and Barb, and so I'm saying if she wants to make a thing to it, a recommendation that be modified, that's one thing, but I think it still takes board action on this, and I think we're, as a Lakeview board, or WLBA board, I think that, I would have wanted to hear, and the end result may have been the same. But I still think that if we're going to have policy, we need to follow it.
How many students do we expel in a year?
I don't know, in the last 7 years I've been involved in an expulsion. We have suspensions, but, and those don't come before the board, but I've never brought an expulsion to either the Lowlands or any school district I've been a superintendent, I've never brought an expulsion to it.
Well, maybe I'm confusing an expulsion with a suspension.
An expulsion
Yeah, right.
an expulsion would mean if we would expel you from school, you can attend school for a specific period of time, generally it's a year. Expulsions are generally 6 months or a year or a semester, depending on the timing of the situation. A suspension would mean that there's a period of time that a student can't come to school, or they may be doing in-school suspension, could be out of school, those don't come to the Board of Education.
So in this case, it's a suspension.
This case is as a suspension, yes. They're suspended from the school day. But I would still say to the board, if you would like to hear, if you would like to hear the discipline case, if you think the policy hasn't been applied appropriately, and if you think there needs to be something different than what the administration has done, you need to tell me that, and we'll bring the case to the board. I'm just saying that that's what I'm asking you, about what we would like you to do. And hearing two people say yes, that they would prefer to have that happen. Because one of the considerations that could happen at that time is the board could consider expulsion.
If we choose to do this, it's going to be done very soon.
Yes. And we can do that. We can call a special meeting for this particular situation. And that wouldn't be the first time that we've had special meetings for things that come up, and we can do that.
So the meeting we would have, we would be meeting to determine whether us as a board would expel the student as opposed to the suspension which you have already given to the
Yes.
student.
And it's certainly within your right as the board to say to me if we'd like to, I want you to go back to the family. The family can choose to have an open air closed session. They can choose to have representation if they want at that meeting. hear at that time any information they presented or any information that the administration presented to you.
And we would have our attorney there at that meeting.
Probably not. I don't know that we do.
I'm just thinking of a similar circumstance we had last year in which our attorney was present at that particular meeting.
That was a good situation for the time.
Well, it was something similar.
Yeah.
It-
I don't know. We have to know if we want it or, I mean, we can decide if we want it or not.
You had other Western violations.
No, he was referring to,
Well, the things that we went into closed session for good conduct violation. No, we have not done it.
what am I hearing, what? Would you like to do?
But we have two members that would like,
I think we should.
that I would.
Let's
like
come to
to
the
really-
board then. Let's set up something as soon as you can. And we'll look at this issue. If there's enough doubt that we probably should. Does that
Because
suffice?
the background is, you're trying to tell me he's a model student, and this just happened, I guess.
No, that is not, I didn't say that. We have no discipline violations in our district, no written discipline. That's what I did. I actually don't know the student. I'm sorry. And right there. But I did not say he was a model student.
All right, let's do that. We'll figure time out here. Any other questions, comments? Kevin, you have anything to add on the high school report or any other questions on the high school report?
Just one about number 6 with Iowa Central Community College with the asset test that we're going to be administering. There's a lot of discussion in our state legislature amongst our Department of Ed about the new requirements for next year in regards to students taking college level classes. Actually, we were supposed to get notification of the official guidelines for that, knowing that students have to be proficient in math, reading, and science in order to take college level classes. But there's been discussions amongst various groups of people, various educators, college representatives about what does that really look like. And so as part of that discussion, they're looking at example auto tech as being an example of a class that would be impacted by this if it's going to be held to that guideline. What about a student with an IEP? Can they get into college level classes? Does the IEP supersede the ITES and the requirements? So there's a lot of discussions out there. We met with the Vice President of Iowa Central 2 weeks ago, and she didn't have a lot of answers at that time. She said they were meeting with the state legislature and Judy Jeffrey to talk about that. I've got a call over to a gentleman from the Department of Ed by the name of Kevin Fangman, who's supposedly working with us and trying to get some information out. And the problem is, we'd like to start registering students for classes. And unfortunately, we can't really do that until we know exactly what those guidelines are and how they're going to be specified to us. So that's just something that's kind of out there right now. Like I said, we were supposed to be notified by late January, early February. We have not got any notification or direction on that yet. So I'll keep you informed about what that's going to look like as we proceed with the college level classes, knowing that we offer many and we want to continue to do that. But this will have a definite impact on that.
Today, the students brought home something in regards to this. Is there a third alternative? Something like,
Third alternative.
Is
Like
ACT
a-
considered entering?
Oh, asset test.
no, not the asset test. Asset test, but was there, they took something they could also qualify?
Yes, ACTs.
Oh,
ACT
it was
scores
an
can go to
ACT.
that as well, yes.